Welcome back everyone, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Pathfinder Kingmaker. This is going to be a video of several cuts because there's not a lot going on in the game right now, so we're going to be jumping forward in time as events happen. This is Jathal's main quest though. Jathal crosses the throne room, her gait determined and confident. It seems clear that the Inquisitor has something pressing on her mind. Finally, I have news about the half-blood. I expected him to seek shelter somewhere far from your lens, but no. He was spotted not far away. Where is he? Not far from the Valley of the Dead. What a fitting place for a Pharasmite, desperately trying to rid the world of the undead. Such determination might have been an asset in dealing with Mordecai, but I wish to discuss something else. The half-blood was spotted chasing some pauper pilgrim woman. Judging by the things my agent managed to find out, the woman herself may turn out to be quite interesting. To track down the half-blood, I had to deal with a whole range of scum, thieves, vagabonds, grave robbers. One of them located Enio, but then preyed upon the pauper woman. I couldn't miss a chance to rob her blind. Couldn't miss a chance to rob her blind. In her handbag, the thief found some ominous writings. Thinking the papers were cursed, he decided to rid himself of them by giving them to me. Do you know what they turned out to be? Excerpts from Serving Your Hunger, the sacred text of Urgathoa's followers. I've examined the stolen papers closely, and I now believe that their owner is a high-ranking priestess of Urgathoa. It seems this half-blood priest persists in his desire to rid the world of all my goddess's followers. He's skilled at covering his tracks, but now we have a chance to intercept him. Let's go to the Valley of the Dead and find this priestess before he acts. Then when he comes for her, well, the servants of any deity should be able to stand up for their faith. Is it not so? Alright, yeah, we'll go. Thank you. I want to say this. This is important to me. I've grown tired of drowning in silence, hearing never a word from my goddess. I wish to speak with this priestess and try to discover what Urgathoa may be expecting from me. I want answers. Answers from my murderer, among other things. Okay, so we're going to jump ahead. I don't think there's anything else yet. Oh, that's just items. The Bald Hilltop is coming up in a very short period of time, so hopefully soon we'll be able to finish that one up for good. And in the meantime, we'll just jump forward. So Valerie received a unpleasant letter, and now the Order of Prisms is causing us problems, so I'm going to talk to her about that. I hear you received an unpleasant letter lately. Let me guess, from Lindsay, right? She keeps poking her nose in other people's business. Valerie lowers her head sadly. Forgive me, Eltimar. I was hoping I'd manage this without your help this time, which is why I didn't tell you. A while ago I received a letter from the new temple of Sheyln on the outskirts of Pathfinder, from a paladin of the Order of Prisms. This time, they're not demanding that I return to the Order, instead they want me to go there and submit to a great divine trial and answer for all my transgressions in front of Sheyln's worthy servants. She scoffs in indignation. Of course I tore up the letter and tried to forget about it, but now they've begun to plot against the entire kingdom. I was hoping that I could just ignore them this time too, but it seems I shall have to meet these stubborn fools face to face and explain to them what their tricks might lead to. Let's go there together and get to the bottom of this. Thank you. I'm ready to go to the Temple of Prisms as soon as you have time. Thanks to you. Let's go deal with this problem. This might actually take a good chunk of the video. We have two things to do. We have to do Enio and the Temple of Sheyln. So let's go deal with both of these things. And then we have the Bald Hilltop somewhat soon, I think like a week maybe in the game. Hell Knights are not the most courteous guests, are they? And the Hell Knights from the Order of the Wreck are the vilest of them all. A tanned-skinned elf with green eyes looks at you respectfully, but with a smile on his face. My name is Darvin. Darvin, the rebellious murderer Lynxia is searching for? Yes, I'm a rebel, a murderer, a pirate, a renegade, a smuggler, and I have a lot of other scary titles. The half-elf laughs lightly, but watching you closely at the same time. If you listen to Lynxia, I'm evil incarnate, a baby eater, your worst nightmare come true. If the end of time should come, it will be because of me and me alone. Darvin utters a sad sigh. Of course, all Lynxia's accusations are false, that is to say they're not entirely true. It's true I'm involved in this story, but my sins are not so great as they are thought to be. Tell me your story. It's so long I don't know where to begin, Darvin grins, although I guess you're only interested in the things that I've been accused of. I did in fact kill a Chelish noble, and I participated in a rebellion, but all this happened by total accident. I was captain of a ship that sailed the inner sea. We traded with those who were stronger than us, and raided those who were weaker. Just regular life for a man of my profession. One day we were stopped at the Cheliax ports, and that's when it all started. I caught sight of a certain Chelish noble, who for a long time had been #1 on my kill-on-sight list. I challenged him to a duel, and he was too stupid to refuse. I dispatched him, only to learn that he was a distant relative of Cheliax's crown prince, and besides that, the lord of the surrounding lands. And of course no one in the area was at all fond of him. After his death, a rebellion broke out. That's nothing new for Cheliax. As his accidental killer, I was named the rebellion's leader. But I assure you I fled the moment I could, leapt upon my ship, and set sail. A month later I found out I had become the main reason for a great tragedy, and an enemy of the Chelish people. So what did the Chelish noble do that make you so angry? Once, long ago, before this rebellion nonsense, I used to be a simple sailor who served the Taldorian merchant fleet. Good times. Darwin squints dreamily, continuing to watch you closely from under his half-closed eyelids. The blazing sun overhead, a salty taste on your lips, the squawk of seagulls calling you forwards, ropes squeaking in the sun as you fight against the sea itself, winning in the end, and of course the line of the land on the horizon, when you know that tonight you'll have a mug of rum in one hand and a smiling girl to share it with. He gives us a sly smile, but all that came to an end when a certain Chelish noble decided that he likes our goods, but didn't like our fleet. I survived the battle, barely, clinging to a piece of driftwood, lost on the open sea like me. I swore I'd have my revenge, so I decided to become a pirate myself, a pirate captain, as need be. You can't always get what you want, unless you're me. Darwin gives you a smug smile. You aren't convincing me. Don't you want to even hear what I have to offer? He looks slightly worried. You see, I'm rich. I don't mind sharing my riches with those who can help me in my troubles. Lynxia, on the other hand, will give you nothing. I doubt she'll even say thank you. I know where Lynxia has set up her temporary camp, in a secluded lodge on the edge of the southern Gnarl Marches. Go there. Convince her to stop chasing me. Order her. Kill her if need be. It shouldn't be difficult. So what do you say? Do we have a deal? I lie. Deal, I'll help you. So glad to hear it. His smile remains smug as before, but you feel a hint of relief behind it. Please deal with Lynxia as soon as possible. I'll find you after you resolve the situation. We're gonna have him arrested. He is a criminal, straight up. Alright, let's leave now for reals. And head to... I guess the temple first. And then we have to go across the entire kingdom to the other side for the Valley of the Dead. That's kind of sucky. Oh well. Where is this temple, by the way? Oh, it's right there. That's easy to get to. Wait, do we have a we have a teleporter in Giant's Palm? I'm almost certain of it. No, but we do have one in Trade Guard. That's not the right one. Oops. The other one. Dyerberg. There we go. It's not massively closer, but it is closer. Wait, what's the Rift and Sill? We should probably go take a look at that quickly too, before I forget that it exists. The Rift and Sill. Wonder what's here. We do have our full group, so it can't be that bad. Nothing yet. Is it a big area? No, it's a really small area. There's a bunch of items. There's a portal to the first world, which is always fun. We also need to stop in at the other place for the first world. I believe there's a letter that we were supposed to read. Someone pointed it out, and I missed it. Let's try out this first world thing. We're not in an area where all of our kingdom buffs are in effect either, so poison and stuff are going to be things we have to be careful of. As you can see, all of our buffs are basically gone, which is sad because I'm used to all of our kingdom buffs, immunity to like everything. Where are we going? Okay, across this river. Nothing yet.
Our path leads on.
Bottom of the map? Yeah, okay. So, whatever is in here is over this way. There's a Lady of Shallows here. It's never a great sign when someone has that title. Her laugh is also terrifying. She was like, heh 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 heh. Well, let's do this thing. Oh, we hit her. At least we can hit her. What's her armor class? Oh, 25. It's not that bad. She's flat-footed. She's not going to be able to attack this round, but she can get into range at least. Maybe a little bit close. There we go. She does have a lot of life, I'll give her that. We've hit her for a fair amount and she's only barely injured. And that just about killed her. She's got hit by everyone really hard.
You deserved it.
Well, that was actually super easy. Never mind. No concerns. That was super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Hey, there's a monkey. And yes, for those of you who know the reference, I have been watching a ton of pitch meeting videos lately. I find them hilarious. I guess
I will guide us.
What a very easy event. Lady of Shallow's dead. Got a script covered leather thing. And that's it. Let's get out of here. And continue on our way back up to the church. That's what we're really supposed to be doing. Temple, whatever you want to call it. A one-day journey. No, just go away. Oh, these are peaceful travelers, damn it. Maybe. Let's take a look. It might be the skeleton guy. He might have new items because it's been a while. We're getting sidetracked so much. But I like the skeleton guy. I think he's awesome. He does have new things. Are they any good, though? Not really. Although that's a +2 tower shield. With cold resistance. And electricity resistance. As well. What is... Oh my god, cloak resistance +6? That's amazing. But it is very expensive. What we can do is just sell some of our old junk. Like that, and that club. And probably that falchion. And that great axe. That hook hammer we're never going to use. Composite short bow, gone. Earthbreaker we'll never use. Great club +2, trident +3, greatsword +1s. Get rid of all of those. Executioner, get rid of the Morningstar, greatsword +1 again. We'll keep Overbane. Apparently, the sword never makes you make the will save challenge. In theory. I'm going to try it out and see if it does what I've been told it does. We'll give it to Amiri and hope for the best. But for now, I think we're just going to sell all this junk. The light crossbow is good. +2 corrosive, destructive, heavy blow. Might be better than what what Amiri is actually using right now. Or not Amiri, Lindsay, sorry. She's using a +3 one with speed. What does it do? 1d6 acid damage, +2 obviously. Critical multiplier is increased by 1. Heavy blow. When you score a critical hit, it can cause stun. As opposed to, what's this one do? So she shoots an extra time because of this one, which is kind of nice, and it's +3. We'll leave the one that she currently has, I think. Let's get out of here. I wonder if I can end the game with 2 million gold. Come on. There we go. Be kind of nice if we could. Be the richest people ever. Actually, I don't think 2 million gold is like the richest people ever. I'm sure there are nobles with more than 2 million gold. Or at least kingdoms with more than 2 million gold. Why did I go with that? Oh, do we not connect those 2 points? We also have like a million more things to look at over here now, apparently, including a wicked field. Although I don't think we can go to the wicked field. I think that's technically in Pitax at the moment. And we can't go there. Alright, let's quickly rest, and then we'll go to the Temple of Sheyln. We will get both quests done in this video. I'm not going to do the journey from here to the Valley of the Dead. I'll just jump cut that, because that's a very long walk, of which you'll just be watching the little token move across the map, which is not the most exciting thing in the world, to be honest. Here we go. There are at least a couple Sheylinians, and Larian, the High Priest of Sheyln, and a couple people. Aveld the Silver-Tongued. Alrighty, so probably everyone noticed the fade cut there. We did it the wrong way the first time. I think I figured out the correct way to do this so it doesn't end horribly. Larian, the High Priest of Sheyln, a white-haired priest, looks at you over his glasses. Look who's here. King Eltimar. My respects, and I see you've brought company. The paladin wearing armor strikes his open palm with his fist. Finally, for a woman balancing on the edge of excommunication, you are sluggish, Valerie. Valerie slowly turns her head towards the paladin and gives him an icy look. I'm never in a hurry to meet those who would seek petty revenge upon the innocent for another's alleged transgressions. Who would seek petty. The paladin notices Knock Knock and chokes with fury. And this, how dare you drag this abomination into the temple of the goddess? Knock Knock grimaces and sticks his tongue out. Yes, the stink is awful. What are those flowers? Ew. Please everyone, be calm. Let's not hurry in with accusations and hasty decisions. In the end, we're in a sacred place. Arguments under this vaulting are unacceptable. Who are you? My name is Larian. I'm a priest of Sheyln and leader of the local congregation. For now, at least, until my place is taken by a permanent priest from the Order of Prisms. For now, I'm a spiritual advisor and mentor to respected Hedgend and his people. Paladins of Sheyln who require the advice of more experienced devotees. What is this place? The Temple of the Lenses is a new abbey for one of the Orders of Sheyln. The priest looks up at the vaulting in admiration. A beautiful architectural masterpiece, isn't it? Such a sophisticated building will make a splendid home for the Order of Prisms. Which of you is behind the dirty rumors about my kingdom? We say the truth and you call it a dirty rumor. We're protectors of Sheyln, and all who call her patron. It's ridiculous to hear the charge of slander from one who has befriended a viper. Your friend blackens the name of the goddess herself. I will pass unremarked the vaguely veiled insults. In the end, I have the doubtful honor of talking to a coward who can only throw around empty words and ungrounded accusations. You're too spineless to meet me face to face and make your claims in person. That's why you prefer to strike on the sly. Please calm down. Although I do not approve of the methods of respected Hedgend, I will not tolerate jokes at the expense of a paladin of Sheyln in her own temple. I see there's a whole company here. Aveld bows in a refined manner. My respects, King. I came at the special invitation of Sir Hedgend. How could I refuse a paladin of my beloved patron? My respects to you and Valerie. Fredero Sinet nods to you and looks at Valerie. Seeing the scar, he purses his lips and shakes his head sorrowfully. I heard about what happened to you, but seeing it with my own eyes is unbearable. Believe me, I never wanted this. To be honest, I don't remember striking the blow. The wrinkle on Valerie's forehead softens. We settled our argument in battle, Fredero. As for the scar, I've been wearing my wounds for a long time. I don't have the slightest desire to meddle in the affairs of Sheyln and her followers. I demand only one thing. Stop slandering me and my subjects. As long as Valerie is in your lands, no creator who crosses into your borders can feel safe. We've heard about how much she despises everyone who's capable of creating anything beautiful, and we're not going to keep silent about it. Of course she could repent for her transgressions voluntarily and beg the goddess for mercy. I? For my transgressions? Sheyln has to answer to me for ruining my life for so long. Heretic. It seems there's no other hope for this soul so deeply blackened by pride than by divine trial. Sheyln's judgment shall cleanse you of at least part of this abomination. Valerie clenches her fists in silence. It seems the scar on her face darkens and deepens. Maybe this trial will bring you peace. Valerie keeps silent for a few moments, then takes a deep breath. Very well. I will endure this trial if it helps put an end to all this. Thank you for agreeing, Valerie. Let's begin. Valerie steps towards the center. Sheyln's divine trial has commenced. May she be merciful to the lost and confused. It's time to listen to all sides and decide what fate awaits Valerie. Today, under the vaulting of the Temple of Prisms, we followers of the goddess will give you, Valerie, a chance to redeem yourself in the eyes of Sheyln, and enough, Larian. Everyone present knows she doesn't deserve redemption. She lost the right to forgiveness on the day she rejected Sheyln's grace. Fredero Sinet clears his throat to attract everyone's attention. I didn't come here to stand silent like an idol. When I challenged Valerie to a duel, she agreed. We fought according to all the rules, and our argument was settled. Think what you will of Valerie, but at least she showed me some respect. She scoffs. I don't care about you, let alone respect you. I just want to teach you a lesson and make you leave me alone. We'd come to meet with Fredero Sinet for one reason only, to get rid of him. And we did, only for you to come following in his footsteps. Please don't get your blood up. There's truth in your words, I admitted. Enough about Fredero. We don't have that much time, and Valerie gives us much to consider. According to her masters in the Order of the Eternal Rose, she's always been noble and merciful. Stories about the valor she showed in Brevois spread far beyond its borders. How many did this fearless warrior save from the fire at Jamandi Aldori's house? This and many others owe their lives to her. Oh, don't ascribe my mercy to my actions, and don't drag your Sheyln into this. I obeyed an order, that's all. Keep quiet. I'm sure Valerie's heart is filled with good. After all, her delightful appearance is but a reflection of a perfect soul, hidden away from prying eyes. Valerie closes her eyes in irritation and swallows heavily. You feel she's about to scream. Enough. I'm tired of this endless babble. I shall prove that Valerie is a capricious and dishonorable woman who's twisted her life to pursue a single goal, to harm everything that is precious to Sheyln. It's the undeniable truth, you know, and as a victim of her attacks, I want to say that— oh, I'm sorry, go on, Sir Hedgend. I have a reliable witness who can confirm my statement. I present Sir Evald. Evald pushes his chest out and forces his chin up. The lady insulted me in front of my audience, and for no reason at all. Arrested me with brute force, and the worst part is, when the dust settled and our blood cooled, Valerie didn't even think to apologize for her behavior. I'd say that only confirms her maliciousness. Lindsay turns to you, her face concerned. I know you're worried about Valerie, but honestly, this accusation is completely fair, don't you think? You provoked her, it's your fault, Evald. Larian raises a brow and looks at Evald over his glasses. Oh? Was this man's art meant to do harm? No, well, possibly, just possibly. I might have drawn some inspiration from a certain poetic punishment. Then I cannot accept your statement. Leave this temple. Okay, see you guys. Thanks for inviting me. Just walking out of the temple. Valerie raises her head and takes a deep breath, as if awakening from a deep sleep. She looks at the temple's decorations and raises her hand. I've stood here listening to your arguments for long enough. Now it's my turn to speak. For several months, the Sheyln's followers made my life torture. Why? Because I refused to obey someone else's will. Not a single time was I asked what I wanted. The only desires that mattered were the dim whims of a goddess who expressed herself through her fanatics. You bring woe, bring grief, bring suffering to those around you. Why? Does your goddess want this? Or is it just your own ambition talking wrapped in the cloth of infallible faith? I've always been appalled by your fanaticism. I'm disgusted by the blunt stupidity that keeps you from seeing the person behind my beauty. And you know what? Now that I've lost this gift of Sheyln, this mask that prevented everyone from seeing the real me, now I'm finally free, and if anyone wants— The divine trial is over. Sheyln has made her decision. And what— how? Valerie touches her face. The scar, it's gone. Witchery. Hedgend, as a sheet points at Valerie with a trembling hand. But why? Larian looks at Valerie sadly. You're full of wrath and resentment towards Sheyln, and these feelings will never allow you to return to her light. Sheyln is not vengeful, she only wanted to teach you a lesson. But since you reject her light, she now steps back and returns what has always only been yours, never hers, your beauty. No, Hedgend pulls out his weapon, and shakes it in the air, rolling his bloodshot eyes. The witch has deceived Sheyln. Only I know the will of my goddess. Death to Valerie.
This quick.
What are you doing? Stay your hand. Do not anger Sheyln, Fredero says. This is insane. I won't let you kill them, brother. It looks like— oh my god, Hedgend is attacking Cenero. Fenero? Whatever his name is. Fredero. That's the one. Well, we only have to fight a couple dudes. Hedgend is gonna die. And is almost dead already. We hit him for 42 damage. It's a pretty hefty hit for a paladin to take. And now he's exploded. Why did these paladins of Sheyln start or join the fight too? Oh well, they're all gonna die. Why do they keep summoning things? You're just making the turn order way longer for no reason. Oh, she missed. I was kind of hoping she wouldn't. Oh, there's another paladin back there. I didn't even notice that one. That's a 5-foot step away.
Serves you right.
If we can finish off this one, our melee can come back and deal with this one.
We shall overcome.
I think it might even be feared. Oh my god, stop summoning things. Why are there so many summons? Please stop summoning things. Is this the last one? No, there's more. Oh, god damn it. Just endless summoning. Okay, where are these unknowns? They keep getting turns. Stop summoning things. Wait. There's fighting somewhere else in this temple. Where? I just saw attacks and trip maneuvers. Someone go find out where these guys are. You're going this way. Nothing there. Okay, you're going this way. There's got to be another fighting area somewhere. There's so many things in the middle of the room that I can't move past them properly. The pathing is all messed up. Stop trying to go that way. You're ruining your own movement. Okay, so there's 2 paladins over on this side. Okay, got it. "800 things are not moving." That's good. Lindsay's not in range. Don't care what you... That priest just got punched twice in the face with a sword. We're going in. Good solid hit. Knock knock, just stay there. Valerie, you're not coming back in time. Just yeah, whatever. You can at least move into range, I guess. Don't die, I'm trying to save your life, Paladin or Priest of Sheyln. I don't know why, I feel like it's important. There we go. Valerie is panting and wiping the sweat from her forehead. This is it, finally. Valerie turns to Larian and looks at him expectantly. I think it's obvious to everyone here that that bloodshed is always a heavy burden on the shoulders of Sheyln's followers. Larian shakes his head sadly. Forgive them, Valerie. Blind faith clouded their judgment and pushed towards violence, desecrating this holy place. Sheyln's night will not soon return to this vaulting. Fredera puts away his weapon, looking sour, but we will do everything in our power to wash away this disgrace. On behalf of the Order of the Eternal Rose, I offer you, Valerie, and you, Your Highness, my sincerest apologies. The Order of Prisms is young and too zealous in their judgments of events and signs. There is nothing else for us to do here, Eltimar. If you don't mind, I'd like to have done with this place. That didn't exactly feel like visiting the temple of a kind goddess. She scoffs in reply. I hope that after this, Sheyln's paladins will think twice before doing harm to your kingdom. Anyways, they're usually much more reserved than those fanatics from the Order of Prisms. Let's go. We can discuss it at the capital. I want to see the end of this place as soon as possible. We're just going to grab loot and then leave. Bunch of garbage. Actually, there's a treasure chest over here from the very first time I attempted this fight when I did it wrong. So, let's go deal with that. Long spear +3 and golden statuettes, golden chalices, and golden medallions. We're just stealing Sheyln's artifacts. No big deal. As is tradition. Alright, let's get out of here. We have a couple things to do. I'm just gonna steal all these potions. The Bald Hilltop's gonna kick in before we can get to the Valley of the Dead, so we're gonna do that. And then that's when we'll call it a video, because it's going to take the rest of our time, basically. So, let's wander all the way over to there. If you do that the other way, and you just fight them right away, you actually fail the quest. It locks it out, and you're just done with it forever. You can't stop. You can't actually finish it. I'm just going to fill that in, because it's way faster to wander that way. And where are we going? Bald Hilltop. So yeah, if you end up getting into the battle early and having to fight all of Sheyln's followers, you just lose. Like, there's no good way to end it at that point, unfortunately. So, just as a heads up, you generally want to do it this way.
Why don't we set up?
We're gonna rest once we hit the Bald Hilltop, and I'm just gonna see if it's active. It might need like a day or two of resting. I know because I've just done this part before, just previous to this one, unfortunately. Alrighty.
When we stop.
Doesn't look like it's active quite yet. Let's see if we can rest here. Can we rest here? Yes, but no. I don't want to put my camp up top there. In the event that the Bald Hilltop curse starts while we're camped there, that would be kind of bad. We'd have people with no armor. It would just go poorly, I think.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
There should be a thing that says get to Bald Hilltop almost as soon as this ends. Alright, fine, we'll go back to our capital. Why are you not moving? There we go. It's being very weirdly laggy. We're just going to give it a couple of days of rest, and then we'll go do Bald Hilltop, and then we're going to call it done. And then in the next video we'll do Valley of the Dead, because it takes a little bit longer. I think the last time I ended up walking all the way to the Valley of the Dead before Bald Hilltop kicked in, and then I went back for it, so that's why it hasn't kicked in quite yet. At least our Order of the Prisms thing is gone. We'll just deal with that in a minute. There we go, now we have to get to the Bald Hilltop. We'll deal with the rest of that later, it's no big deal. Just want to get to the actual hilltop and deal with the fight there, and then we'll be done. Accepting our... we should have taken Jaethal. Now that I think about it, we can just swap her in as soon as we're done this. We need to bring Jaethal to the Valley of the Dead, obviously. It's her main story quest, so... that's just the way of the world. 3-hour journey to Bald Hilltop, and we're entering. So, I already know what this fight's all about. It's pretty easy. It's definitely not the hardest of the fights we've done on Bald Hilltop. Actually, I think we're a little bit over-leveled for this particular fight. Because we're like halfway through level 14. I really want to be level 15. But anyways, we're fighting red caps to start with. Not very hard. Now, Lindsay is up first, which is really nice. So we can haste right off the bat. And we'll 5-foot step in and just kill the Trickster. One dead. Might as well just open fire. I highly doubt he's going to do a lot of damage. But he did 18, so I guess that's okay. Actually, he did more than that. He did 31. He did in 3 attacks what Amiri did for like 3/4 of 1 attack. Her Great Axe is pretty cool. Also, I did find out that Overin does not actually use will saves, so if you wanted to, we will change that actually because it's a really good sword, but you absolutely can use it without having to do the will save to make your character not go insane. It's really weird that it doesn't do anything, but at the same time, it's pretty nice. I'm gonna put her right in the middle there, and let's shoot that one. Go after that one. That way it gives them a clear line of attack to the portal. When inevitably the nymph or dryad comes out. I think it's a dryad. He did pretty decent damage that time. No, knock knock, you're not very good at taking hits, although you're slightly better now that you have some damage reduction because of Barbarian, but... there's the... Nymph. Dryad. It's definitely a Dryad. We failed to use our trip by a couple of dice rolls, but that's okay. Alright, Knock Knock killed that one pretty easily. Oops, didn't mean to move. Misclicked. Oh well. Lindsay, please help take out that one.
I'm writing you out of our story. Strike where the legend.
Done. Now there are 2 invisible enemies we can't see yet. There are 2 boogeymen. They're hidden at the moment. They're kind of rough, but at the same time, I think we're immune to most of their abilities. In fact, I know we're immune to most of their abilities due to our kingdom buffs. They're there. Okay. We're largely immune to their attacks, so it doesn't really matter. And we'll just kill them.
Flames take you.
And charge him. I love the boogeymen though, they look really cool.
This is where I step in.
Oh, Lindsay, you've missed like every attack. And that's the end of that. Quickly loot the body, a helmet of mental perfection +6, and a speed composite bow +2. And that's going to be the end of our video. In the next video, we're going to go deal with Jathal's main quest, or companion quest I should say, and yeah, we'll go from there. Probably do some ruling after that, because we're still waiting on King Iravetti to invite us to his party, or for the Tenebrous Depths to unlock their next level. So for now, I'll leave you guys here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Others, I'll see you next time.